Your blood sugar doesn't rise only because of sweets. Sometimes it is the foods you honestly believe are healthy that end up pushing it higher. You cut down on carbs, avoid desserts, even pick up those so-called diabetic-friendly snacks, yet the numbers still refuse to stay steady. It feels like your body keeps ignoring your effort, and that can be frustrating. What most people never realize is that a few simple everyday foods can help your body in the opposite direction. They support your system in pulling sugar out of the bloodstream, keeping your energy more stable, and reducing those sudden crashes that leave you tired or craving more. You do not need complicated diets or special ingredients for this to work. Just the right foods at the right time can make a noticeable difference. In this video, we'll talk about 9 foods that actually help lower blood sugar naturally. Some of them are probably sitting in your kitchen right now. One of them is something most people think raises sugar, but studies show it does the exact opposite. Stick around because this list might change how you see your next meal. 1. Fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek seeds have been used for centuries in traditional medicine to help manage blood sugar, and modern research now supports why they work. These tiny golden seeds are rich in soluble fiber called galactomannan, which forms a gel-like substance in your stomach. That gel slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates, preventing sharp spikes in blood sugar after meals. It's a natural way of helping your body handle glucose more efficiently. But there's more going on inside these seeds. They contain an amino acid compound known as 4-hydroxyisoleucine, which encourages the pancreas to release insulin in a steady, controlled way. This helps your cells absorb glucose better, lowering sugar levels without forcing your body to overproduce insulin. A study published in the Indian Journal of Physiology and Pharmacology showed that people who took fenugreek powder daily experienced significant drops in both fasting and post-meal glucose levels within just a few weeks. Using fenugreek is simple. Soak 1 teaspoon of seeds in a glass of water overnight and drink that water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You can also roast the seeds, grind them into powder, and add a small pinch to your meals or smoothies. The flavor is slightly bitter, but that bitterness carries the benefit. Taken consistently, fenugreek supports smoother digestion, steadier energy, and a noticeable improvement in blood sugar balance. 2. Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar might look simple, but it has a powerful effect on how your body handles sugar after meals. The main active compound in it is acetic acid, which slows down the breakdown of starches into glucose. When this happens, less sugar enters your bloodstream at once, and your insulin levels stay steadier. This means fewer sudden spikes after eating bread, rice, or pasta, and fewer crashes that leave you tired or hungry again soon after. Research published in the journal Diabetes Care found that people who consumed apple cider vinegar before a high-carb meal had 34% lower post-meal glucose levels compared to those who didn't. Another study showed that it improves insulin sensitivity, which helps your muscles and liver use sugar more effectively instead of letting it float around in the blood. The best way to use it is simple and practical. Mix 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with a large glass of water and drink it 15 to 20 minutes before your meal. If the taste feels too sharp, add a slight squeeze of lemon or a teaspoon of honey to balance it out. Avoid taking it undiluted, as it can harm your teeth or throat over time. When used regularly, apple cider vinegar helps smooth out your sugar response after meals. You'll notice fewer energy dips, steadier focus, and, over time, an easier path toward better sugar control. It's one of the most inexpensive, science-backed habits you can start today. 3. Leafy greens. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and moringa leaves are some of the most reliable foods for keeping blood sugar under control. They're low in calories and carbohydrates, but packed with nutrients that directly help regulate glucose levels. One of the key minerals in these greens is magnesium, which plays a vital role in how the body uses insulin. When magnesium levels are low, your cells become less responsive to insulin, causing sugar to stay in the blood longer. By eating leafy greens regularly, you give your body the minerals it needs to move glucose into the cells more effectively. These vegetables are also rich in antioxidants and plant compounds that reduce inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is one of the hidden reasons blood sugar stays elevated, and greens help calm it down. Their high fiber content slows the digestion of food, keeping sugar release gradual instead of sudden. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that people who ate at least one serving of leafy greens daily had a 14% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who rarely ate them. The best part is how easy they are to include. You can add a handful of spinach to your morning omelet, toss kale into a salad, or mix moringa leaves into lentils or soups. If you prefer a drink, blend them into smoothies with cucumber or green apple for a refreshing way to start the day. The goal isn't to eat a lot at once, but to make greens a quiet, steady part of your meals. Over time, that habit alone can help your blood sugar stay balanced naturally. 4. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is more than just a breakfast choice. It's a steadying food that helps your blood sugar stay balanced throughout the day. What makes it different from regular yogurt is its higher protein and lower carbohydrate content. The protein slows down how quickly food leaves your stomach, which means glucose enters your bloodstream gradually instead of all at once. That slow release keeps your energy steady and prevents sugar spikes that often lead to cravings later. Another benefit comes from its live cultures, or probiotics. These friendly bacteria support gut health, which plays a bigger role in blood sugar control than most people realize. A healthy gut improves how the body absorbs nutrients and manages inflammation, both of which influence glucose levels. A study from the University of Cambridge found that people who ate yogurt regularly had a 28% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who rarely did. When you buy Greek yogurt, check the label carefully. Many flavored options are loaded with added sugar that cancels out the benefits. Choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt and sweeten it naturally with cinnamon, berries, or a few chopped nuts. A small bowl can be a great breakfast or snack, giving you steady energy without the sugar crash. Making it a daily habit helps keep your digestion smooth, your appetite stable, and your blood sugar under better control. 5. Bitter gourd. Bitter gourd, also called Karela, is one of the most recognized natural foods for lowering blood sugar. Its taste might be strong, but so is its effect. This vegetable contains compounds like charantin, vicine, and polypeptide P, which mimic the action of insulin and help the body absorb glucose more effectively. When these compounds enter your system, they help move sugar from the blood into the cells, where it's used for energy instead of staying in circulation. Bitter gourd can actually reduce fasting blood sugar and improve glucose tolerance. A clinical study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that people who consumed Karela extract saw measurable drops in their blood glucose levels after only a few weeks. It's also known to stimulate the pancreas to release insulin naturally, which supports long-term balance. You can prepare bitter gourd in several ways depending on your taste. Drinking its juice on an empty stomach is the traditional method, but it can be intense for beginners. Start with a few slices blended with water and a squeeze of lemon. You can also stir-fry it lightly with onions and spices, or add it to soups and stews. Regular use, even 2 or 3 times a week, can make a noticeable difference. Though its taste may take time to get used to, it rewards you with steadier energy, clearer focus, and better blood sugar control. 6. Chia seeds. Chia seeds may be tiny, but they do big work when it comes to managing blood sugar. Once soaked in liquid, these seeds expand and form a soft gel that slows digestion and helps keep sugar release steady. This happens because of their high soluble fiber content, which traps carbohydrates and prevents them from converting into glucose too quickly. That means your body gets a slow, even supply of energy rather than a quick spike followed by a crash. Chia seeds are also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and improve how your cells respond to insulin. In one study published in Diabetes Care, participants who added chia seeds to their meals saw up to a 40% reduction in post-meal glucose spikes compared to those who didn't. They're also high in plant-based protein, which adds to their stabilizing effect. Using chia seeds is easy. Add 1 tablespoon to a glass of water or milk and let it sit for 10 minutes until it turns into a gel-like drink. You can mix them into yogurt, smoothies, or oatmeal for texture and nutrition. Because they're almost tasteless, they blend well with any flavor. The best time to take them is before or with meals, as that's when they slow down sugar absorption the most. Over time, they help you feel full longer, control your appetite, and keep your blood sugar steady without much effort. 7. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is more than a spice for flavor. It works like a natural helper for your blood sugar. Inside your body, it helps insulin do its job more effectively. Insulin is the hormone that moves sugar from your blood into your cells. When this process becomes slow or inefficient, blood sugar starts to rise. Cinnamon contains compounds like cinnamaldehyde that make your insulin receptors more responsive, allowing glucose to move into cells faster. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adding cinnamon to a high-carb meal reduced post-meal blood sugar levels by almost 25%. Another study found that even half a teaspoon of cinnamon daily can help lower fasting glucose over time. It also helps lower LDL cholesterol and triglycerides, both of which tend to rise when blood sugar is uncontrolled. To get the benefit, sprinkle a small amount of cinnamon on your morning oats, yogurt, or coffee. Choose Ceylon cinnamon if possible, as it's milder and lower in coumarin. This compound can be harsh on the liver in large amounts. You can also steep a cinnamon stick in hot water to make a soothing tea before bed. The key is consistency. Used daily, it helps smooth out sugar highs and lows and gives your food a warm, comforting flavor while supporting your metabolism. 8. Garlic. Garlic has earned its place in almost every kitchen, but it also deserves attention for its role in blood sugar control. It contains a compound called Allicin, which is released when you crush or chop the cloves. Allicin helps improve how the body uses insulin and enhances the activity of enzymes involved in glucose metabolism. In simple terms, garlic helps your cells absorb sugar more efficiently, reducing the amount that lingers in your blood. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who included garlic in their daily meals showed better glucose tolerance and lower fasting blood sugar levels over time. Garlic is also known to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, 2 factors that interfere with insulin function. It even supports heart health by lowering cholesterol, which is especially important for people managing diabetes or prediabetes. The best way to use garlic is to let it rest for a minute or 2 after chopping before cooking. That short wait allows Allicin to form fully. You can add raw garlic to salads or yogurt dips, or cook it gently in olive oil and vegetables. If you find the raw taste too strong, roasted garlic is a softer alternative that still carries many of the same benefits. Making it a regular part of your meals can help stabilize your sugar levels while improving circulation and overall heart health. 9. Berries. Berries are among the few sweet foods that actually help control blood sugar rather than raise it. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are packed with fiber and natural antioxidants called anthocyanins. These compounds improve how your body uses insulin and slow down the digestion of starches. The result is a much gentler rise in glucose after eating, even when your meal contains carbohydrates. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that people who consume berries regularly had lower post-meal blood sugar and improved insulin sensitivity. Another study noted that blueberries in particular help protect pancreatic cells, the ones responsible for producing insulin, from damage caused by oxidative stress. This means berries not only manage sugar levels in the short term, but also support long-term glucose control. Berries are easy to include in everyday meals. You can add a small handful to yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies, or eat them as a snack instead of sugary desserts. Fresh or frozen both work, as long as there's no added sugar. Their natural sweetness satisfies cravings without pushing your sugar levels up. Having berries a few times a week gives you steady energy, better focus, and a refreshing way to keep your blood sugar in check naturally. In conclusion, balancing blood sugar doesn't have to feel like a constant struggle. When you add the right foods to your plate, your body begins to respond in ways you can feel. You have more energy in the morning, fewer crashes in the afternoon, and a sense of calm that comes from knowing you're in control of your health. Tell me in the comments which of these foods you enjoy the most or plan to start adding to your meals. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to stay updated with more simple and natural health tips. And don't forget to like and share this video with someone who could use a little help keeping their blood sugar steady.